All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because today we're diving into one of the wildest corruption sagas in American history. Imagine if Frank Lucas, Jordan Belfort, and a used car salesman had a baby. Yeah, that's basically Kwame Kilpatrick. Detroit, my city. Motor City, Hustle City, the city that put America on wheels. And in 2002, we elected a young, smooth-talking, suit-wearing, party-loving dude named Kwame Kilpatrick as our mayor. He said he'd fix the city, bring jobs, and make Detroit shine again. Instead, this man treated City Hall like his personal ATM. Let me tell y'all, this wasn't just corruption, it was a full-blown circus. We're talking bribes, fake charities, luxury vacations, and a text message scandal so wild, it made politicians everywhere start deleting their iMessages. Now, let's set the stage. It's 2002, and Kwame Kilpatrick becomes the youngest mayor in Detroit's history at just 31 years old. He had the swag, the energy, and the gift of gab. People thought he was the future. Even Oprah said, "This man is going to change the world." And boy, did he change the world, at least for himself. Because instead of fixing the city, my man saw the mayor's office and said, "Jackpot." All right, so boom. Kilpatrick and his bestie, Bobby Ferguson, cooked up a scam that would make the Wolf of Wall Street proud. They ran what we call a pay-to-play system. You're a business owner? You want a contract with the city? Cool. Just slide a little something under the table and we'll talk. If you didn't pay up, your business was dead on arrival. These dudes controlled $73 million in city contracts, and they were handing them out like candy, but only to people who gave them a cut. And this wasn't just small money. These guys made millions by rigging bids and forcing companies to overpay for jobs. Meanwhile, the roads had more potholes than a Connect 4 board, and the city was falling apart. Now let's talk about where all this dirty money was going. If you thought Kilpatrick was reinvesting in the city, that's cute. This man was out here living like a rap mogul. Private jets? Check designer suits? Check luxury vacations? Check a $210,000 party for his wife with city funds? Oh yeah, you bet. Golf clubs, spa treatments, and 5-star hotels, all paid for by Detroit taxpayers? Absolutely. Listen, Kilpatrick was out here spending $800 on steaks while half of Detroit was eating ramen and wondering why their water bill was so high. He even had his security detail running around like his personal errand boys. One officer even had to take an envelope of cash to the bank to pay off Kwame's credit card bill. Man had the city payroll doing DoorDash for his debt. Now, let me tell you about the moment it all started to fall apart. Remember the text message scandal? Oh yeah, it's iconic. So, in 2008, someone found out that Kilpatrick had been sending thousands, yes, thousands, of texts to his chief of staff, Christine Beatty. Now, were they talking about how to fix Detroit? Nope. These texts were spicy. They were basically the political version of Netflix and chill. And here's where it gets dumb. This man was plotting crimes through text like the FBI wasn't watching. Texts about bribes, bid rigging, and shady deals. My guy was out here snitching on himself in real time. And guess what? His cell phone company saved all the messages. So when the feds got their hands on them, game over. By this point, the FBI was already circling. They had wiretaps, they had bank records, and now they had his text messages confirming everything. It was like watching someone drop the controller while playing Grand Theft Auto and letting the police run them over. So, in 2013, Kilpatrick went to trial. And let me tell you, it was a 6-month-long disaster. They had 80 witnesses, over $840,000 in unexplained cash deposits, and proof that he stole from nonprofit organizations meant to help Detroit kids. Yeah, you heard that right. The man was literally robbing charity funds to pay for his lavish lifestyle. Just villain behavior. And in the end, my man got hit with 24 felony charges. Racketeering, bribery, extortion, fraud, the whole list. The judge didn't hold back either. The sentence? 28 years in federal prison. For context, that's longer than some murder sentences. The judge basically said, "Yeah, you stole money? Cool. Here's a whole generation in Jai." And as if that wasn't bad enough, just months after Kilpatrick's conviction, Detroit filed for bankruptcy. It was the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history. Coincidence? I think not. This man spent years draining the city dry, and when the bill came due, Detroit had nothing left. People lost jobs, businesses shut down, and the whole city had to start from scratch. So what's the lesson here? Well, for one, maybe don't commit crimes over text. But more importantly, this is what happens when corruption goes unchecked. Kwame Kilpatrick had everything: power, influence, the chance to change Detroit for the better. But instead, He turned the mayor's office into a personal scam operation, and in the end, it cost him everything. Today, Detroit is rebuilding, stronger than ever. But Kilpatrick's story? That's a cautionary tale for any politician who thinks they can use the people's money for their own gain. So tell me, do you think Kilpatrick deserved 28 years? Should he have gotten a second chance? Or did he get exactly what was coming? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.